right. I think we could start. First of all, thanks everyone for joining the call, and welcome you all to Ton Accelerator Demo Day of the Cohort 1. So really glad to see you all. And actually today we have 5 projects, 5 startups that showcase their vision and pitch, incubated by us, by Ton Accelerator, and hugely supported by Ton Ventures. So today on the call from the Accelerator team is 3 of us, is me, Vlad, and Sammy. So let me pass the mic to Vlad. He will share more about the format and the call structure. And I think, yeah, Vlad, please go ahead.
Thank you, Sophia. Welcome, everyone. So the format, as communicated earlier, will be the following. We'll have 10 minutes for every team, 8-minute pitch, and 2 minutes of questions. For the purpose of time, we did request some questions prior to the demo day, although we understand that not everyone has submitted them. So if you got any questions during the pitch, feel free to submit them in the chat. And without further ado, we'll get started. So we'll have 5 presentations, and for now we'll be starting with Titan. So Rusty, I think you can share the screen. Rusty, the CEO, will be presenting the pitch, and his technical co-founder, Mechanic, is here to answer any questions. So Rusty, the floor is yours. Yeah, I think you can share the screen now.
Guys, yeah, I appreciate it. Let me just see if this works. How are we looking?
All good. You can start whenever you're ready.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks guys for coming. I know it could be a weird time depending on where you are. I'm Rusty from Titan, and Titan is building Ton's most powerful DeFi stack to really fuel Telegram and Ton's on-chain growth for the future. I'm probably going to skip this, probably don't need so much convincing, but I mean, when we were doing our research, we came from Solana, and these were the numbers, especially the number of teams coming to build on Ton that really got us excited and got us to move on Ton. And again, for those of you that are familiar with the Ton ecosystem, StoneFi and DDoS, these are 2 OG DEXs. DEX volume on these 2 anywhere between 10 and 50 to $100 million a day. That's like 5 to 10% of what you would see on a DEX on Solana or Base or Arbitrum. And all that really says is that we feel that Ton DeFi has massive upside. There's a lot of room to grow. And Titan is really building 3 core products to tackle all of this. First is Optimus. So Optimus is a multi-hop, multi-DEX swap aggregator. It's a native TMA. Next is Kronos, which is our developer toolkit. So it's free to use swaps for anyone that wants to integrate swaps into their mini games or their e-commerce solutions. And lastly is Colossus. And Colossus is a TVM native DEX, Uniswap V3 style DEX, concentrated liquidity. Okay, so just jumping into Optimus, this is really our user acquisition funnel. As I mentioned earlier, this is a TMA native that it really looks and feels like a mobile app on an iOS or Android device, a native mobile app, similar to what you would see in maybe like Moonshot or Slingshot. It has trending tokens. It has a very clean UI. It has its own custom numpads. And most importantly, besides the UI and stuff, it has 0% fees. We don't add on any fees. And we guarantee the best price. So we're across all the DEXs. Any DEX that is audited and has substantial TVL, we will also integrate with. So we guarantee best price for the users. And that sort of builds up trust and gets users through the door. We're also doing more stuff on kind of user education. We're building a welcome to Ton kind of onboarding guide. This shows users what wallets they can use, how to get their funds from whatever chain or SEX onto Ton, what bridge to use, et cetera, et cetera. And we're directly integrating bridges ourselves to bring folks from other ecosystems into Ton. So yeah, next is our Kronos, which is our API suite for developers. And as far as I know, it is the only API on Ton right now that delivers swaps. The rest are SDKs. And similarly for our aggregator, this is our kind of developer funnel, where that was our user funnel. We also create educational content. We actually have acquired tonroadmap.com. So we'll be building out, hey, what's coming up from the Ton core team. And we also publish educational content around things like the Toke programming language, in an effort to kind of build dev mindshare as well. And lastly, we've talked about our user acquisition funnel. We've talked about our developer funnel. And then this is our monetization engine, which is a Uni V3 style concentrated liquidity AMM. So this is going to generate the revenue to fund all the freemium, so to speak, products. Why is this important? Well, like CLMs are up to 1,000% more efficient than the V2 style pools that are available today. They allow for very sophisticated LP strategy, enhanced returns, and also, and I think most importantly, for teams that are launching tokens and they want to launch natively on Ton, it allows them to push a lot of volume through pools with way less liquidity and emit less rewards also. So that's an interesting use case that I think is going to build, or bring, I should say, a lot of new tokens onto Ton. So we feel that Titan and Ton have this really cool distribution flywheel, and I'll just go through it briefly here. It all starts with the swaps. So more swap flow will lead to, of course, better returns for our LPs. Better returns brings in more liquidity, and our tooling creates really robust DeFi infrastructure. That DeFi infrastructure will bring in developers. Developers come to Ton, they'll build games, they'll launch tokens, and they'll come right back in and create more swap volume. And we hope this flywheel will just, once we get it started, we'll bring more and more volume and new and exciting use cases into the ecosystem. So this is what essentially the initial Titan DeFi stack will look like. And I'll just mention that the top of the stack looks very much like Jupiter for those that are familiar with the Solana world. We have an aggregator and essentially seamless bridging on the front end side to bring in like retail users. Underneath that, we have the API, and we also have tools for like one-click farming for people that want to include those tools into their apps as well. So that very much kind of looks like Jupiter. And then underneath that, we have something similar to, again, UniV3 or Orca or Radium, which is our concentrated liquidity AMM. That's driving the revenue. That's, of course, competing for float along with other dexes. We don't preferentially treat our dex better than others. We always just guarantee the best price. But you smash these two things together and you have something that looks like a Jupiter on the front end with a Radium on the back end. So yeah, where are we today and where are we going in the near term? I'll just start with maybe the end of last year. We won first place at the Ton Hacker House in Bangkok, so that was pretty cool. The aggregator is live. It is undergoing a major revamp. Most of it is actually done. If you guys want to check it out, I'll share the links at the end of the call. The concentrated liquidity AMM is also live. It's being audited right now. It should be done in the next, hopefully 2 weeks. And then we'll do kind of our limited launch with limited pool sizing and start scaling from there. After that, we have a lot of interesting things planned. We have a liquidity manager for one-click deposits. We want to integrate for more and more venues. And of course, we want to onboard as many assets as possible onto the DEX. Our go-to-market strategy is really like product-led, I would say, in a sense, where we feel that by building the best products with the best pricing over the long term, we'll win customer like mindshare. People will tell their friends. And that's not just for the retail side, for the liquidity side as well. For getting new teams to launch on your DEX, to provide rewards to your DEX versus other DEXs, that just comes from good customer service, doing the small things, helping teams plan their liquidity rewards. So that's part of it. Another is big into the ecosystem education. So we have a number of different initiatives, a ton onboarding guide, educational content that we want to just do good for the ecosystem. Same goes for the developer side. And lastly, since we have a lot of connections on Sol, we want to try to tap into those, bring some retail users from Solana onto Ton. And which I think would be also cool is try to get some of our friends to come either launch their tokens or come build on Ton directly. So we would be trying to lean on that heavily. The team, yeah, all of us are essentially from Solana. I've been building options protocols on Solana since 2021. My co-founder, Mechanic, he built and scaled the largest DEX on Solana. Before that, he was doing, I think, ETH2 staking infrastructure. Clank, who is on the call now, and his real name, you can do an Easter egg hunt to find him. He is the largest employer of crypto marketers globally. And the rest of the team is HFT guys or hardcore DeFi builders mostly from Solana.
Great. Thank you, Rusty. So this was time. We had a question actually on go-to-market, and hence Rusty has responded to it well. Titan's data room is here in the chat. And since we don't have any questions for now, feel free to DM us if you want to be connected to the Titan team. Check out their data room and we can proceed. So the next up will be Cabal Town, and we've got Sam and Jeff, two co-founders here to present. Please, guys, share your screen and you can get started.
All right, GM. So let me know if you guys can't see my screen. So I'll just go on right now. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. My name is Sam, and today we also have my co-founders, Jeff and Kether here today. And we are at Cabal Town, a social monetization layer of on-chain markets. The opportunity we see in the market is that social signals is a major driving force of token discovery this cycle. Early entry of a token can lead to massive capital gains, but most of these opportunities are reserved for closed communities, aka cabals. At the same time, we're seeing a lot of shilling in crypto Twitter and also Telegram. But the problem is the incentives of these influencers who shill these tokens and the followers who receive them might not have an aligned incentive. And very often the alignment is not there. It is mainly due to the fact that influencers will have to dump on a token to monetize on these alpha. And we've been seeing this across multiple market cycles and hence making the entire ecosystem unsustainable. Then there's also the next problem. Users want alpha, but the alpha quality are poorly measured, if not measured at all. Even for simple metrics like measuring the token price change after the token is being mentioned by the influencer is not a common practice in this ecosystem, hence making users even more vulnerable to be dumped on. For Cabal Town, our solution is rather simple. We want to reboot FinTech like Alpha Group's experience, but with 3 innovations that we have adjusted based on the market demands and also our user needs. Starting from left to right, first, we want to introduce token calls with trading. This is perhaps the most simplest and also direct form of utility for these alpha groups. Second, we want to enable creators to have a monetization opportunity through fee shares. These fees are generated based on the trading volume that their followers have created within these Cabal experiences. And last but not least, we want to quantify the quality of the alpha that is created by the influencer, and we will be using this to kind of facilitate transparency as well as accountability in the ecosystem. So how does it work? For creators, first they will have to create a Cabal. Each Cabal will have its own fungible token, and users will have to purchase on a bonding curve to enter. Once the Cabal is being created, then the next step is to call these tokens. And calling a token is super easy. It is just as simple as calling a bot command in Telegram group chats. And last but not least, once users trade along with these token calls, the influencer will be eligible to claim some fees as a reward. Hence, they will be able to monetize themselves. And for the community members, the first step is to join these cabals. And like I said, they will have to purchase the cabal tokens on the bonding curve to join. And once they join these cabals, they will have full access to the token calls, and hence they can trade alongside the other members of the cabals. For trading, right now we support Shogun's cross-chain DEX, which supports Base, Solana, as well as Ethereum mainnet. And down the line, we will also be supporting Berachain and Hyperliquid as well. One of the things that Frentech did wrong is that they tried to reinvent the wheel. We, Cabal Town, wants to have a very different approach. Right now, we're leveraging the best-in-class infrastructure so that we can simply focus on the Cabal experience to our users. To simply put, for embedded wallets, for our wallet infrastructure, we're leveraging Turnkey, which enables a cross-chain wallet management experience with just a simple Telegram login. For Shogun is going to support our cross-chain swaps. With Shogun software network, we provide users with the maximum flexibility for them to explore opportunities across all chains in the market. And then for group messaging, we're leveraging Telegram, which is an app that all DJs are on currently. And last but not least, for our Cabal token AMM, we're using Telegram, which has a seamless integration with Telegram. We're using Ton, which has the simplest integration with Telegram. So now I would like to introduce you to my co-founder, Jeff, and he will be talking more about what it means to Cabal Town, as well as our battle plan.
Thanks, Sam. So the objective of all the features Sam kind of mentioned is to kind of create this kind of sustainable flywheel of influencers' social equity. So the flywheel kickstarts from influencers giving good alphas, which will be reflected on the Cabal performance. And if the Cabal performance in the app is good, that actually generates more traffic and demand for the Cabal membership. And that kind of further drives like social trading revenue, as well as like a Cabal credits price action for exposure to further increase the social equity of that influencer. And this flywheel combines with a simple business model have huge, significant like revenue potential via trading fee, via we charging like trading fees on social trading, as well as the bonding curve trading. And we are charging 100 basis points right now. And this is benchmarked with very popular meme coin trading apps such as Photon and Moonshot right now, which we have a higher chance to capture more population via Telegram's distribution. And with regard to timeline, our product is actually ready and in private beta. So we are very happy to share our invite link with all of you after the call. And also now we are at this stage where we have like a handful of callers and doing daily calls with us every day and iterating the product experience with us. We also have lined up different local market callers, for example, Korea, China, and even Russia, in order to kind of generate and develop this very market-centric and language-specific experience to prepare for our permissionless Cabal creation in Q1. In Q2, we are going to expand our product feature suite into DeFi yield farming, as well as to build our incentive campaigns for our TGE in Q3. And we believe this is the perfect time to build Cabal Town right now for the following reasons. First, we have 900 million Telegram users waiting to be brought on chain to trade, especially with recent like wealth creation stories such as meme coins and AI agents on other chains. And secondly, the infrastructure for crypto rails are mature enough for consumer applications. And we see crypto being infiltrating in different social applications, for example, TikTok, Twitter, Telegram, and even Red Note in this morning because of the TikTok refugee campaign. And thirdly, we think there are still uncaptured values since Frentech. We have been active user of Frentech and we love the product. And through different interviews with different communities in the Frentech, we actually kind of learned that mistake and we kind of target a more targeted utility with a niche user group with a more sustainable product flywheel, which is Cabal Town. And the kind of seed round investment they're raising, we are actually trying to build the social monetization layer of all on-chain markets. So now we already support cross-chain token swapping with Shogun with selected chains in Cabal Telegram chats. And our vision is to go beyond simple token trading and expand into other markets such as DeFi yield farming and points farming systems to capture all on-chain opportunities for influencers. And finally, we are a team of 3 building in crypto since 2019 with entities such as Animoca and Crypto.com and Refinable. And more importantly, we're in the trenches every day, and therefore this is a product we enjoy building and using since the beginning. And hopefully with you on board to build together, we can bring a very exciting and refreshing narrative back to SocialFi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And we had one question submitted by the VCs, which was basically the following. How do you plan to onboard KOLs? And did you have any user stories already with KOLs that have experienced other projects and products like FriendTech, Photon, etc.? Feel free to respond.
Sure. So as we said, we kind of did conduct different interviews with different communities. And there are 3 major groups of FriendTech user groups we actually interviewed and tested our experience with. First of all is actually English-speaking influencers as like this most popular group. And second is actually the non-English speaker influencers, especially Korean and Chinese communities, which capitalize a lot of upside in FriendTech. And third group are actually the key traders, basically, and the users, right? And we basically tested with them, and hence we kind of, in product-wise, we made a lot of innovation to kind of cater the needs in terms of utility, reputation, customizable like steepness of bonding curve in order to tailor their needs. So the feedback is very positive, and we are actually optimizing experience right now. And they're officially onboarding with our invite codes. So in a couple of weeks, you will actually see more influencers and users actually getting on board to make calls. And we kind of can definitely share more when it comes.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Feel free to drop your data rooms in the chat. And the next up, we'll have Grably and their CEO, Dima, who will be presenting his pitch. Thank you, guys. Dima, feel free to share your screen.
Absolutely. I'm doing it right now. Can you see my screen?
Yep. It's up here. Right. So you got 8 minutes. Feel free to start.
Thanks. Hey, everybody. My name is Dima, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of Grably, the first decentralized data ownership network, where we mine tons of user-owned data to fuel the AI revolution. AI is booming like never before, yet 85% of AI companies fail, and one of the main reasons is the lack of AI training data. Even AI giants like Google DeepMind and OpenAI struggle to find new data required to train their models. And Grably's crypto AI platform connects $7 billion in data demand from 84,000 AI companies with 5 billion people unlocking zettabytes of previously inaccessible data. And here's how it works.
So I'm opening the Grably app. It starts right with onboarding. This is where it explains why the app is safe and what happens to your data. Next, here's the list of tasks. Let's pick this one. It asks me to take 8 pictures of my palm. Grably's AI assistant helps me meet all the requirements. See how it says the palm needs to stay in the frame. It gives feedback instantly, which makes the data quality 6 times better than a traditional way to data collection. Plus, this blocks bots and prevents stolen data from sneaking in. Once I've finished, I just submit the data into the Grably DDON and instantly get tokens. On the other side, the AI company gets the data they requested from millions of contributors, and then I can redeem my tokens for USDT. Every transaction is recorded on the Ton blockchain, which confirms the data transfer and protects the rights. And when the same data is sold to other companies hundreds of times, I earn more from those sales too. People.
And so we picked Ton blockchain and Telegram for a reason. And with an extremely short funnel, less than 6 cents user acquisition cost, and almost direct access to over 500 million users globally, we're going to onboard 4 million users by the end of 2025. Along with the great economics, Grably delivers data sets with 600% higher quality than any other existing solution. And we do it faster than ever. And the data in DDON is highly diverse. For customers, we've already collected pump pictures, a spokesperson video data set, and even dog actions like vomiting or something to train an AI vet for dogs. Grably is on track to become the #1 data ownership network. Every file sourced from users is added to DOM ecosystem and can be resold hundreds of times, generating recurring revenue through annual license renewals. With over 84,000 AI companies in the market and an $87,000 in ARPC, we're targeting a $7 billion TAM. And it's expanding quickly, predicted to triple within the next 5 years. On one side, we have individuals contributing data, attracted and retained through a referral program, new viral mechanism, and a proven business model with instant USDT rewards. On the other, the quality of the data we collect, combined with our large catalog of ready-to-go data sets, positions us as the first stop data platform for both AI companies and traditional data brokers. We have progressed from an early MVP and initial clients to a successful closed beta and $140,000 in ARR. With major clients in the pipeline and a public launch this week, we're on track to reach $5 million ARR and 4 million active users by the end of 2025, followed by a Series A round. Unlike traditional data brokers and crowdsourcing platforms, Grably delivers data 100 times faster, helping companies avoid delays and save millions. But direct competitors also source data from individuals. We uniquely process it with our AI models directly on devices, providing 6 times better data quality. Since our launch in April 2024, we've got 4 paying customers, including the well-known company, Gen AI company HeyGen, with $140,000 in ARR and several major contracts in the pipeline. We've raised $500,000 in pre-seed round in the fall of 2024 with backing from Ton Ventures and industry experts from NVIDIA and Acuvia, and now looking to raise $7 million in our seed round, which will help the company to multiply ARR and get it ready for the Series A round in 2026. And all this is possible thanks to our brilliant team. So we're excited. We're experienced founders. Sergey and I have been working together in the AI space for 14 years. We built 4 companies, 2 of which had exits. After our last exit in April 2024, we just knew we wanted to tackle this massive problem, and this is what we're doing with Grably. We are ready to lead the future of AI training data. Let's change the game together.
Great. Thank you so much, Dima. We had a few questions submitted. So first, a question by Ryan. How do you think about data anonymization and privacy of the end user? You can respond, or I know Anton and Sergey is here to respond as well.
I can do, of course. So first of all, to the data. If they're not comfortable, they ask us to filter out whatever they want. For example, documents, kids, snake body, whatever. And the second thing, we always working on PPI. So we're removing all the personal information that we don't need for specific request. And this way we just keep it secure. And the other thing is that we process all this data on user's device. So that means when we're removing all the personal information from the data that users share with us, we never get this data on the we never get this data on our servers. So we got this data only when we have this purchase from a company, from a customer.
How do you make sure the data is legitimate? Like, can users just Google search a palm image instead of their own?
Yeah, so we're checking all of that on our side. So once we have data kind of attached in the app, we're checking metadata. And if this file created on the phone, on the device, we have some information like geographics, also have some metadata, what kind of device was used and all that things. But if they downloaded something from Google Photos, say, whatever internet resources, they don't have this information, and this starts to look kind of weird for our system. So it kind of highlights that. And we ask people don't do that, because if they do that and upload actually that file, then we on our backend side, we always know this was stolen data and we ban that user forever.
Awesome.
Let me quickly step in to add something. So for the internet data, we also use the Lens API that will basically verify if there is any file like that on the internet. Also, maybe we have the file already in our system and somebody is trying to hack the system by just creating a new account. So we check against our database as well. And for the AI generated images, it's a game of cat and mouse, but the AI image detection models get better as the AI generation models get better. So we do implement that as well, just to make sure that no synthetic data slips into our database.
Awesome. Great.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dima. Thank you, Anton.
Thank you.
It's time right now, so we'll move on to the next presentation. And the next presentation is by Ben, the CEO of TonCash. Ben, the floor is yours. So please, you can get started.
Yeah, thanks. And good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ben, CEO of TonCash. We were founded in August 2024, and we're a team of 4 with a blend of people from exchange and payment background, myself, for example, ex-BitMEX, and from JD, Zalora, and I would say e-commerce backgrounds. We've started TonCash really with the idea of cashback for everything, and especially the idea behind that being people in crypto don't want to lose money. People in crypto don't want to spend money, but they love to earn money, and especially they love to spend fiat to earn in crypto. So we're making this happen. We started our vision by taking a first step, which is a crypto cashback app that's actually live. You can download it, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. Here, the idea is to shop at up to 300 merchants. For example, Apple, Adidas, you go and shop there. We use affiliate links in order to track your purchase, and we pay you the cashback in Bitcoin, Tether, or Ton. More currencies can be added in the future. And through this app, essentially, users can shop, spend with any currency that the merchant supports, and any payment method that the merchant supports, and earn crypto while they are spending for travels, for daily use, etc. The next step on our journey is an on-chain rewards protocol, because we realize that while there is a lot of affiliate marketing opportunities in the Web2 space, there's actually no such network yet in the Web3 space. So it's very difficult for DeFi protocols, for example, to create unique links that give maybe a KOL a specific benefit, or to run a campaign just for a 2-3 day CNY holiday and reduce the fees for their service without having to make a change to the entire smart contract. And then the large vision that we have and that we pursue is really to become the web of engagement, which would make us a cashback for everything app. And I'm going to show this to you in a second. But let's start with what we've built today and the achievements we have to date, which is the level 1. We've launched in November 2024. We already achieved 150,000 unique app users within 2 months. 37,000 of which have more than 5 monthly logins, and we've got 45,000 wallets connected. And as I mentioned before, 3,000 brands onboarded. On the right side of the screen, you see the app as it's live today. You see the experience. So I select a merchant, I want to make a purchase there, and then I do the purchase actually in the merchant's app. Thereafter, I'm redirected, I'm asked about the experience, I'm making sure that we inform our users about what happened to them. And I'm also now able to see the cashback that was received, as well as TCash premium points, which is our loyalty system, received. And this shows also that we try to be very transparent. We usually can show these pending cashbacks within 15 minutes to 1 hour after the user has made the purchase. So this is level 1 that's been done. Level 2, as I say, is taking this experience onto a on-chain rewards protocol, where we want to make promotions like onboarding rewards for DEX as possible, or as I mentioned, the CNY special for Catizen. As of today, running smart contracts for payments, this is very difficult for the projects, and so we become the network layer in between, the protocol that helps them to create a promotion website, a unique link that a user needs to click on. Thereafter, we validate whether there has been any purchasing action between the user's wallet and the service's wallet. And we do a real-time validation, whether the user, for example, is eligible. Is it really the first time usage, for example, for an onboarding reward? Is it still within the promotion period, or what KOL did he come from? And then thereafter, we can immediately trigger an on-chain deposit from a dedicated wallet, which really also serves to the service and to the DEX, for example, as a managed account where they can store all the marketing dollars that they want. The revenue model of this, as well as for level 1, is that we take between 1% and 5% of the purchase value. So if you buy a holiday, if you buy something worth $100, we can take between 1% to 5%. On top of this, for better positioning within our app, we can charge a small advertising fee. And the opportunity for especially this level 2 on-chain reward protocol, we think is just on Ton, just on the top 15 games on Ton, already $10 million monthly spent on-chain payments. And for us to drive this number up and take 1% to 5% of this as a referral fee, we see as a great opportunity. The level 3, which is really our product vision, is the cashback for everything model, where we are actually able to capture data on any receipt, any purchase that a user did, whether they booked travel, whether they bought something in the supermarket, independently whether this merchant is a member of the network or not. And we are able to give you some small token of reward, which is the TCash token, as well as gamify the whole loyalty and cashback experience by selling cashback tickets worth 4% of the purchase value and running then a daily smart contract raffle where there's a 1 to 50 chance that you actually win back 98% of that cashback. This obviously has a revenue model by the ticket odds of 2 to 3%, as well as custom promotion to any person that has been just shopping something, made a purchase, loaded up the receipt. It's important for me to mention that the receipt needs to be uploaded within 30 minutes of the purchase. And then thereafter, we can actually help big brands to ask or answer questions like what has been purchased at H&M in Hong Kong in the last hour, for example, which is extremely valuable, as Gravely just shared. So these are basically our product visions. And what we've achieved already is 61,000 referred users to brands based on the user stock that we've created in the last 2 months. We have been able to acquire users at an extremely low cost of acquisition, which is way beyond what our competitors in the Web2 space have. Thinking of apps like Rakuten, thinking of apps like ShopBack that pay between 2 and 5% for user acquisition. We have 16 cents, USD cents currently. And we've already seen that just by looking at the on-chain purchasing power of all our users, we get to roughly $30 just the on-chain Ton purchasing power that we have here. So with this fidget spinner flying wheel, we're able to really tackle a $15.6 billion market today. We're coming in as a new incumbent to add to this market the on-chain affiliate opportunity, becoming an affiliate network for every decentralized service, every DEX, every on-chain payment game, etc. So this opportunity comes on top of this, and we believe that we can capture at least 5% of this market in the course of the next 3 years. The 3 reasons, therefore, to go with TonCash: we have a very strong mass adoption retail reward app with a very low CAC. We are able to capture a large portion of a $15 billion affiliate market, which has been growing fast in the last years and is the de facto go-to-market strategy for most crypto and in fact e-commerce apps. And we have a strong team with backgrounds from Web3 and crypto, as well as the affiliate marketing, social marketing side. And with that, we've already raised $435,000 in our first round, led by Ton Ventures. With that, we've been able to build the app within less than 2 months and achieve more than 185,000 users. And we're now asking for a raise of $2.5 million, for which we have already $500,000 of commitment. And that's it. I hope you like it. Please get in touch with me and share your questions in the chat. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ben. And there was one question submitted earlier, which is, how do you ensure transparency in cashback transactions? Can users audit your cash rewards? And this is common, especially after the scandal with the app Honey.
Yeah, so I think for the on-chain payment process, that is an obvious answer because that's the whole purpose of it, to make it very transparent and easy for the KOL, for the end user, and for the service itself to use, and it will be essentially all recorded on-chain. For the existing experience, we are using cookies similar to the way Honey and other platforms do it. However, we do not replace any type of affiliate keys. And in fact, you've seen it in the short video maybe. We are very transparent about showing you the transaction as a pending value within 15 minutes after the purchase was made. So users can very quickly see if anything for them does not line up. It's not part of our business model to make any changes to make any changes to these keys as Honey unfortunately done. And to be frank, I feel like they've been a very bad apple in what is actually a pretty successful fruit basket. So it's a little bit about kind of being the right people, plus having transparency built in the app on the user side, as well as on-chain then wherever on-chain payments are possible.
Apologies. Thank you, Ben. Feel free to drop the data room of TonCash in the chat. And last but not least, we'll have Carlos, who will be presenting Memetics. Please, Carlos, share the screen. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. And as I start sharing the screen, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to everyone on the Ton Accelerator team for, first of all, supporting us along the way, for being here for us every step, and just for all of the work that you put into, first of all, setting up this event and helping this entire cohort. So on to Memetics. Every single crypto founder that I've spoken to in the last 5 years have told me that user acquisition at scale reliably is one of the core challenges that they experience. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because some of the most popular user acquisition funnels, such as Facebook and Google, are almost completely restricted. TikTok offers low-value users and acts as extremely unreliable, KOL-centric with exorbitant customer acquisition costs. But luckily, there's a solution to this now, which is Telegram, because currently there exists 300 million crypto-curious users on Telegram that are rapidly growing in their sophistication and their desire to understand crypto products. So this is our business model. This is what we do. We connect these users to crypto brands and companies. And we do that in 2 steps. Number 1, we acquire these crypto-curious users through a set of different methods, such as direct ads, referral competitions, and other growth hacks. We then proceed to increase their value by educating them more about crypto, getting them to connect and fund the wallet, making them connect their X account, and just guiding them through their crypto journey. And step number 2, we then let companies, brands, and KOLs on any chain, so EVM, Ton, Solana, tap into this user base by creating their own Memetics page, or as we call it, their Telegram mini economy. But so logically, what is a Telegram mini economy? So think about it as the ultimate community hub where any mini economy creator can engage their users in activities such as asking them to try out a new feature of their product, asking them to get involved into new viral social campaigns, or anything else that they really come up with. And also they can reward them in terms of points, in terms of future tokens, and any other method that would make these community members lasting and incentivized community members. But actually, let's double click here for a second and really ask ourselves the question, what does it mean to be a member of a crypto community? And actually, there is no simple answer to this, because it means a lot of things. But typically, at the very least, it entails going on a DEX or a centralized exchange, buying a token, then going on another platform, reading the docs, participating in discourse on Discord, Telegram, Twitter. And the core takeaway here is that being a community member typically involves creating accounts and using at least 5 to 6 different applications. But through Memetics, we've completely redefined this experience by compressing the entirety of this functionality down to a single Telegram shareable link that does not require the user to register on any new platforms or create any new accounts. So at this point, many of you will kind of think to themselves like, hey, how is this different from the plethora of Quest apps that are already on the market, like Layer 3 and Zeely and so on? And to answer this question, the first observation that needs to be made, which was also a surprise to us, is that Quest platforms are actually incredible businesses, with Layer 3 alone generating 16 million revenue in 2024. We estimate that the entire Quest platform market generated north of $100 million last year alone. But here's the catch. It's not because they're great products and people love them. It's because founders and crypto companies do not have a choice. What these companies offer to you is basically incentivizing individual airdrop farmers to exploit your protocol in a way and pad your numbers without any pretense of actually turning these farmers into sustained product users. And they also offer no ways of further upselling and reactivating their users and building loyalty. So at Memetics, we flipped this model upside down by focusing on enabling our mini economy creators to acquire these users, activate them, educate them, engage, retain, and ultimately turn them into sustained users of their product and lasting members of their communities. We launched end of November, and within the first month of launch, we achieved more than 90,000 users. Today, this number is closer to 140,000 with 10,000 connected wallets, and we've been able to generate $45,000 in revenue. And a note on this, we have substantially more revenue than we can currently handle by at least a factor of 5. And notably, we've been able to acquire these users at an average customer acquisition cost of 7 cents. And to give you an indication of the ballpark, to the best of our knowledge for our competitors like Layer 3, this number is closer to $1 to $3 per user. So we have a significant edge here. Furthermore, even in the very early stages of the Memetics product, we've been able to demonstrate that we can help our partners rapidly and reliably grow their communities, such as with Kanza Finance, we helped them grow a community of nearly 20,000 members in 2 weeks. And with Mode, we helped them acquire 40,000 users in slightly over 3 weeks. And this notion that now through Memetics, anyone will be able to rapidly and reliably build communities of hundreds of thousands or even millions of users. It opens the possibilities for use cases that we are incredibly excited about. So consider the world of AI agents. Right now, as glorified as they are, most of them are just content generation machines online. But think of the implications of if an AI agent is now, or rather now has the ability to rapidly grow and coordinate community of 100,000 or 1 million people. What does that do? How does that play out? Or consider meme coin launches. Consider what they look like in a world where the starting point is a community of 100,000 users that are all deeply aligned and extremely well coordinated. And this is just the start. And we're extremely excited for the future. Now, onto the important part. So we make money in 3 ways. The first way is we charge companies for user acquisition. Currently, this line of business is quite rudimentary, where we just charge per user. But over time, we'll be able to offer our partner mini economies users to their specification across geography, across crypto sophistication, across interest, and many other parameters that are relevant to them. And with this revenue stream alone, we expect to reach profitability no later than Q3 this year. And over time, as our user base grows, we will gradually begin introducing transactional infrastructure, which is, by the way, I was very curious to hear the presentation of Titan, because that could be relevant. And we will ultimately enable mini economies to issue their own tokens without having to ask the users to leave the platform, and then allow them to trade the token locally over there. And finally, as we continue to accumulate market power and just attention gravity, we will shift our focus towards incubating high margin, high upside companies and driving attention and user base in their direction. Our goal until end of 2026 is to achieve 6 million users with connected and funded wallets, and to achieve a total of 30 million annualized revenue, which we're well on track to doing. And we have the team to execute just on that, with multiple traditional and crypto exits, decades of experience of building products and crypto, and just overall good people, I would like to think. And also, there's a sense of urgency in this, because this opportunity is available just now, because no one has reliably tapped into the crypto user base as Memetics. And the crypto user base, and here's a key insight, they are not mercenarial crypto farmers like on the other Quest platforms. They are more like crypto users in 2017, where they are looking to explore this market, looking to understand these products, and looking to be involved. And since we've also been in this industry forever, we have established direct relationships with essentially all of the top ecosystems right now. So that will significantly facilitate our go-to-market efforts in getting these people convinced to use Memetics. So we are raising a total of $3 million for our seed round in a safe plus token warrant structure to ensure enough runway to be able to aggressively spend on user acquisition, and to also build out our B2B sales team as we prepare to raise our Series A. Please get in touch if this sounded even remotely interested, and we'd be happy to take your questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. There was actually a question submitted earlier, but you responded to it in the presentation, which was the question on what was the comparison in terms of cost of user acquisition for layer 3 comparing to, or other platforms comparing to Memetics. You responded to it well, so I gave you the minute of your time. So thank you so much, Carlos. I don't see any other questions, but feel free to drop the data room in the chat as well. And I believe all of the partners that we have here have the data rooms available anyways. That's it on our side. So thank you all for joining. Once again, if you have any questions about any of the teams presented today, feel free to DM us. It was a great event. So thank you all for joining. And I'll see you all on Telegram. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.